This is huge because people are seeing that centralized forces are able to shut down positions, shut down trading brokerages, shut down exchanges whenever they are losing so that they don't lose more money. So this is encouraging a lot of people to look into cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance because it's unable to be shut down. Sure, exchanges can be shut down, but there are decentralized exchanges that aren't run by anybody. They're ran by code. So I think this is only adding fuel to the fire of people already moving to cryptocurrencies and getting excited about cryptocurrency. And now people are seeing the reason that it's so important to not have controls from these centralized people who have all the money. On top of this, I think a lot of people after this whole thing are going to be looking in other places where they can get money, and they're going to be saying, ooh, Bitcoin is looking juicy. A lot of people have seen Dogecoin go up heavily right now. So I think a lot of people will be taking profits from GameStop, BB, AMC, and they're going to throw that into other things. I think that's going to rise cryptocurrency. I also think that people who are already Bitcoin fanatics, people who love cryptocurrencies like myself, who are playing in GameStop right now, the ones that have profit, they love cryptocurrencies already, like me, and we're going to buy bigger positions into the things we're already invested in with the extra profits that we have. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be buying more Bitcoin, so I do think we're going to see an influx of it. Now, to cover the news really quickly, there's a lot of it, but I'll just try to get through this really fast because there's so much. Recently, Elon Musk tweeted, he tweeted about Bitcoin. He said, in retrospect, it was inevitable. And then he also changed his bio to say hashtag Bitcoin with the Bitcoin logo. Now, a lot of other people followed him, basically changing their captions, a lot of athletes, a lot of celebrities. This shot the price of Bitcoin up to 37,000, and since then it's come back down to kind of the range it's been trading at, which is 34,000. But this is bringing a lot of attention to Bitcoin. Also, people are speculating about what does this actually mean? Does that mean that Elon Musk is just tweeting Bitcoin just to let people know about it? Does this mean that there's an upcoming event that's going to happen with Bitcoin and Elon? Does this mean that his Tesla, SpaceX, or any of his companies are buying positions in Bitcoin, kind of like how Michael Saylor positioned himself with his MicroStrategy company with $1 billion worth of Bitcoin? Is that happening? We know that Michael Saylor and Elon have been talking, at least tweeting a little bit about that. Or does this mean that Elon is buying a personal position in Bitcoin? Or does this mean that Elon might start allowing purchases of Tesla with Bitcoin? We have billionaire Tim Draper, very famous investor. He went on CNBC and he was talking about and tweeted Elon, and he said he would buy a Tesla with Bitcoin if Elon allowed Bitcoin to be used as a purchasing method. Tim Draper also was on CNBC saying that he's never going to sell Bitcoin for what he called old money when he has the future of money, Bitcoin. He said he doesn't want to sell it for dollars, but if he was able to spend it on things, he would. And that's kind of what prompted the thing with him saying he would buy Tesla cars if he could with Bitcoin. We also have Michael Saylor's Miami conference coming up in February. Michael Saylor, again, the guy who bought $1 billion of Bitcoin with his company MicroStrategy, he basically opened up a conference for big institutions, big companies to be able to come to, I think virtually, and they're going to give their whole playbook out to these companies on how you can also purchase a position of Bitcoin in your company's treasury assets. And then they're also going to make their playbook of how to do it open sourced so that these companies can do that. So that is also super, super bullish news because there are thousands of participants signed up, and even if a small percentage of these companies decide, maybe 1% of them, 5% of them decide to make any position, even if it's 1% of their company's treasury assets, that's millions, hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of dollars going into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Max Kaiser, eccentric Bitcoin billionaire, maybe hundreds of millionaire. He's very, very rich. He recently talked on his show, The Kaiser Show, The Kaiser Report. He said that he believes soon there is going to be an influx of billionaires buying billions of dollars all of a sudden, all at once, like that. Because we've been seeing a lot of sideways movement and people are kind of getting bored right now. He says at one point, you're just going to see Bitcoin go from 40 whatever thousand to 48,000 to 55,000. And it's going to be because people are dropping $1 billion in right then. So this is crazy, crazy news. You also have the CEO of Twitter, he changed his bio to hashtag Bitcoin quite a while ago. Now, recently, because Elon tweeted about Bitcoin, we're almost done with the news here. You saw that price go from 32,000, something like that, to 37,000 almost instantly. Right at that moment, $460 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated. So the same thing that's happening with GameStop. People will short all sorts of assets. All the time there are people who are shorting Bitcoin. Basically, $500 million of people's short positions were liquidated. They lost that money because that Bitcoin price shot up. Now, the last thing I'll talk about that is very bullish about Bitcoin is that Visa. Yeah, Visa. Basically, they said that they see ways that they can add value in the space of cryptocurrencies. If you don't know already, they have a bunch of Visa crypto debit cards where basically you can pay in Bitcoin and it'll automatically convert that Bitcoin into cash. So you could pay with your Bitcoin at Starbucks and Starbucks would receive USD. You would see a small amount of Bitcoin come out of your account. This is just a way to enable people to use Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis, which is adding to the volume. And Visa also has a bunch of Visa debit card products for a ton of different companies, one of them being BlockFi, which is actually a sponsor. So if you guys haven't heard already, I've talked about it a few times, but BlockFi is a way that you can basically hold your Bitcoin in an interest-bearing savings account. So if you have Bitcoin, say you have like a whole Bitcoin, you can take maybe a quarter of that Bitcoin or whatever, put it in the savings account. You make something between 6 and 8% on that a year paid in Bitcoin. So you're earning Bitcoin back by just holding it somewhere. And that's what I do. If you want to check that out, they also have, I think it's a $250 bonus depending on how much you put in. So I'll put a link in the description below. And that is it for today's news. If you're new to the channel, I'm sorry, there's so much going on in the investment world, in the crypto world. It's hard to cover right now. So right now you're getting these dense, heavy videos with lots of information. But soon I will do a beginner's video on how to basically understand crypto, how to get into it, what to do, how to custody it, where to buy it from, all that kind of stuff. Soon we will have all these beginner videos going. But for now, we are covering this as it goes because things are insane in the markets right now. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, recovering as well if you're a part of this. And if you're new to it, I hope I caught you up and you're excited as I am. Again, none of this is investment advice ever. I'm just telling you my opinions and trying to educate you on what's going on. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.